Alright, you guys, so now we're going to be reading the second section of decks that we picked out. Same energy, alright? So, right now in the sun, we have the illusion. You're breaking some sort of major illusion inside of you, particularly time or maybe things that you felt like you owed people, things that you may not have been able to let go of. Right now is a moment for you to kind of just remember, don't fall into any habits. Don't feel down. Don't do anything like that. Just remember the illusion is shifting and always keep hold of the illusion. So I picked out this deck, and it's really interesting that the illusion card comes out because I was literally sitting down the other day, 2 days ago, with playing a tarot game with a friend, and it had these really powerful downloads of time itself. This month in January of 2020 on Patreon, we channeled Utha Cow, who had told us exactly everything about time. And then the mirror card is basically telling you, spend some time looking inside of your soul. There's something inside of your soul right now that must be answered, that must be worked with, and it's a moment for some sort of healing. So now I'm being told to go down to Earth, okay? We're going to start off with the Native American card deck. At Earth, we have one and vessels. Vessels has to do with property, material gain, things like that. It's telling you not to worry about any of your manifest when it comes to material gain as well. Here, people are doing really well with their manifestations. It's just all about kind of just going with the flow and letting yourself experience the groundingness of having your manifestation. But they are telling you not to become super greedy. They are telling you not to get lost in anything other than what's going on in the present moment. You really need to stay present right now, especially because you're going to have some sort of struggles between home and work. You're going to be traveling a lot, or you're going to be having so many things happen right now that are going to be opening up new doors for you, but it's also going to be a little bit hectic. So then we have the snow card. The snow card is telling you all about purification. There's stuff right now that are being grounded in your foundation that has to do with purification in your life. Great, amazing. Everything's going to be calm. If you've been dealing with some sort of internal struggle, things are going to be grounded very soon. Again, some solar plexus energy with the mist. There's something in front of you that you're just if only this thing that I'm not really aware of could get out of my way, then I could definitely allow myself to expand and grow in a new form of healing, right? So you really have to be careful right now, because the shaman deck is telling us all about spiritual trouble. So this card and this card really, really align themselves, because you're questioning the nature of your own fears, or maybe you're looking at psychological projections onto others, and the difficulties that are happening around you might seem real. So it's a moment for you to sit down and look at yourself, look at what's happening in your life, do some soul diving. Do things in your life seem a little bit more difficult right now? If they do seem difficult, remember, it's all about the illusion that's happening right now. You don't have to feed into the illusion if you don't want to. It's all about clutter, but don't worry about, oh my God, am I going to be making the amount of money that I want to make? Don't be worrying about anything other than the fact that everything's solid. You just need to clear out your mind and let go of some stuff that's really bothering your soul. So now I'm being told to go into Neptune here. So Neptune is showing us smoke signals. You need to be attentive. There's some stuff that's going on right now. As long as you keep your intuition up, you keep your eyes open, you guys are going to be fantastic. Just, don't let go of the need to be observant. Sometimes in the middle of all chaos, or maybe you trying to work on yourself, you'll notice less details because you're just not there. This is not a moment for you to let go of those details. This is a moment for you to be completely present, completely cognizant, and go with the flow. But they're telling you not to be overly ambitious, right? They're telling you to temper yourself. Maybe you have big goals. Maybe you want something to happen sooner than later. Maybe you're just man, I can feel all of my manifestation energy coming to me. I can feel it happening. I know it's all here, but you also need to remember that it's not always about the material, because 6 has to do with materialistic things. Sometimes it's about like you. Sometimes it's about how you feel. Sometimes it's about, you know, what really matters to you. If you need to take a break, it's not always about the hustle. And this is one of the things that Neptune's really trying to bring up to you, is like, pay attention to the path that you're walking. So since I picked out this deck, I'm definitely, when it comes down to Neptune, for me, an example is I've made some changes most recently to my life and like the way I work. I've noticed a massive like influx because I've done that, but now I have to be like more picky about how I do things. Like if I feel intuitively someone should not work with me, I'm really letting myself go with that. Like, okay, I may not understand why I don't feel like I should work with you. It might not be completely clear for me, but my intuition is telling me that I shouldn't work with you. And I will easily tell someone, hey, you know, I'm busy, or hey, like this isn't a good fit. And sometimes, you know, that's the hardest struggle of like, what is my soul? Am I really here to help everyone? Like, or am I here to help like certain people that I feel like are in resonance with me now? And that's been my hardest issue, is like letting go of the illusion of like, everyone needs my help. I need to help everyone. What does your soul actually want to do? Well, I need to declutter all the stuff that's in my life that's going on, make it more purified. I know like there's so much stuff going on right now that like I'm traveling a lot, and like looking at like, okay, I need, all my finances are secure. All I need to do is like let go of all that mental clutter and go with the flow, right? That's essentially everything that I've been really channeling lately. 21 has to do with 9. These 2 cards again align themselves with each other. These 3 cards line themselves with each other. It has to do with completing something, letting go of something that no longer serves you, and kind of just like finding this like really powerful internal strength to move forward and get the things that you actually want. So then we have Flower at Neptune. Flower is another abundance card, okay? Flower is basically telling you a lot of stuff is coming your way. Everything that you've planted is going to reap, okay? Right now is a moment about like kind of centering yourself with the manifestation. When I'm channeling again lots of energy from this Neptune energy for people in this deck, in this reading right here. You guys have manifested something so big, so different in your lives, that you need to evolve to keep up with the manifestation, okay? And that's definitely something that's been playing out with me. The manifestation is yours. Everything is yours, but you need to get out of your own head and complicating things. You need to answer what it is that your soul actually wants. Stick with that, because if you start manifesting something and now you're kind of like, I don't know if I want it or if it's gonna come, that's BS. You have it already. You have to evolve to embrace this manifestation now. So there, again, another one of those abundance type deals. The Time card. Time and the illusion are very much so in alignment with each other. They're starting to line up again. So time tells us that sometimes we have a struggle, like whether it's us changing ourselves, us changing our lifestyles, us changing the people that surround us, or just finding some other form of shift in general. That is always hard. It's never easy. And if you kind of like let yourself crumble under all the pressure that's going on, you're gonna lose. Like, sometimes people manifest something and then they're like, oh my God, I couldn't handle this manifest. Why didn't it come to me easier? You can't have your cake and eat it too. Like, if you wanted to manifest like a new house, well, with manifesting a new house comes all the work that comes into making sure that manifest is secured. You have to put the effort into it. Sometimes when you might manifest a house that is too big for you, and then you have to figure out a way on how you're going to maintain the house the whole entire time that you're going to be living there. Maybe you need to get help. Maybe you need to do something else. Like, you always have to evolve with your manifestation. A lot of times people want to remain the same person with these higher manifestations, and that's probably the hardest part of everything. And I know it's been me. Like, I manifested something higher, and every once in a while I feel bad, like I can't help everyone anymore the way I wanted to. So then here we have 6 bones, which is the ally, basically telling you that harmony with strength of one's subconscious, okay? support spiritual visibility and your deserved rewards. Again, telling you that everything you manifested, I just literally said that. Like, everything you've manifested is yours, essentially. You just need to, like, upgrade yourself to embrace everything that's there, okay? So then I'm being told to go to Uranus. Uranus, again, is tied to that massive change, destructive, calamity energy. We have the shield, okay, which is another manifesting card. The shield is telling you that you're protected. The shield is telling you that you're particularly protected when you're listening to your intuition and you're letting your ancestors guide you forward. So that's a really massive thing, because there's a one of shields up there. We had a one of vessels down here. Again, telling you that your financial security is taken care of. The most important thing for you right now, since you're dealing with your soul, is to make sure that your self-esteem is on lock, that you're taking care of your self-esteem. Yesterday, I was so tired after doing a bunch of different things. I've been trying to just like keep up with all the changes, and I was like, hey, I need a massage. Like, came out of nowhere, I need a massage. And then instantly, once I said like I need to cater to myself, I remembered I had this coupon that one of my friends got me for my birthday like a year ago, literally. And I was like, oh man, I totally forgot that she spent $100 on me to, like, you know, go get a massage. And then I looked up this shop, and the shop is literally a block down my street. Before I even moved here, she had bought it for me. And I was like, oh wow, this is meant to be, because I decided to want to treat myself, right? Because I've been working hard, and I know, like, if I keep working hard and I don't treat myself, I'm gonna crumble. That's just how I am. Like, I give my all to it, but the moments that I start ignoring myself, I lose gas, and then all these other things are going to crumble. My soul will start getting in the way. The illusion will start getting in the way. I'll start complicating my thoughts, and I won't be in flow. So take a second right now to relax, okay? Today, I definitely took a second to relax. I had appointments that I had to take care of this morning, and I was just like, yo, I'm not in alignment. Bye. Like, you know, and sometimes you just got to do that. Who cares about the money? You know what I mean? The cosmos is telling us that our abundance is here. Like, if you need to cancel an appointment to tend to yourself, it's what's supposed to be happening. So then we have the water card, watery. Watery has to do with movement. Like, watery has to do with, you know, abundance as well. It has to do with the third eye. It's very, very powerful energy, okay? So when you are, you know, particularly experiencing these energies of growth and special, like, movement, you can only go with the flow. You cannot give yourself to anything other than the flow. Again, if you haven't read Taoism from other spreads that I've been sharing, it's time for you to pick up Taoism if you don't know how to be in flow with the cosmos, all right? And then we have this shaman card, which basically is telling us all about the fact that you're somebody who doesn't forget wounds. And, like, even though you're in flow and you continue to move in flow, and things may have happened to you most recently that are not comfortable, you are one of those people that does not forget. And it's okay not to forget, but you definitely need to learn how to forgive, because that's going to keep you in flow. So if someone's wronged you recently, doesn't matter if it's a really good friend, a family member, or even yourself, it's not a time for you to hold a grudge. It's not a time for you to be like, yo, you know, this so-and-so did whatever for me, to me. No, that's not cool. You need to let go of that so you can stay in flow. And sometimes that energy that you hold in this Uranus shaman card is basically telling you that, you know, you might be holding on to depression, you might be holding on to shock, you might be holding on to something that's just not working for you, but you must let go of that energy, because it's so vital. If you do, you'll be able to find proper alliances and high energy. Remember, the energy that you focus on is the energy that you're manifesting. So, you know, Rahu did bring a lot of, like, werewolves coming out of the woodworks and, like, whatever, but this right here is telling you that if you're still focusing on the werewolves, you're gonna keep manifesting werewolves. How about, all right, you knew about the werewolves, you're not gonna hyper aware yourself about those werewolves, you're just gonna keep moving forward, okay? So now I'm being told to go to Jupiter. So Jupiter here starts off with another 1 card, the pipes, maintaining your peace, being zen with yourself, doing internal work, holding, again, more of that self-esteem, that self-power, that self-courageousness. That's all really, really awesome stuff right there. We have 3 wands. Everyone that's in this deck right here is manifesting hard. And because of it, you're also going through like an evolutionary shift, because your manifestation is telling you that like you have to shift to get what you want. So right now is a moment for you to just keep working on yourself. You're doing gravy if you're working on yourself, okay? So then we have Jupiter, the Thunder card. The Thunder card has to do with good luck and has to do with abundance, and Jupiter has to do with abundance. So again, lots of people, everyone who's in this deck right here, even though the previous decks were speaking about being in alignment with abundance, there's a lot of abundance here, way more abundance here in this reading than the previous reading, and you really need to hold on to that, okay? But again, we have another soul card. These are twins, okay? Your abundance is coming from another lifetime at this point. Your abundance is coming because maybe like you fixed some sort of karma most recently, or you've learned the general power of something. Maybe someone's going to be paying you back for the karma that you helped them with in the past lifetime. But this is soul work. Like everyone in this deck is just essentially letting go of their soul baggage and learning how to go with the flow. Definitely don't worry about the money. Like, do not worry about money while you're on this abundance factor, especially if you have to take a vacation. Like, again, I've said that, like, super powerful. We're gonna go to Mars now. This is a moment for massive adventure and shifts. 5 is change. The shaman is ecstatic states of madness, like almost telling you again, you put yourself here, so you cannot crumble under whatever the hell it is that's coming to you. Like, it just cannot happen, okay? So take a deep breath, because you decided to birth something new. A pregnancy is happening. Mars and movement. Pregnancies are not easy. Like, pregnancies, from what I heard, are very powerful, and they can hurt, right? And they can be a wonderful experience when you're spending time with the baby and you're learning how to grow and you're connecting with the baby. But then, you know, when that baby comes out, it is a fight. You know, it is something that you, even though it's powerful and really intense, you always embrace it and you love it because you put yourself there, right? Just like a pregnancy, you put yourself here. All right, so now you're about to give birth to that massive, beautiful baby, which is your manifestation, and you got to be a proper mama. You got to prep yourself as a mama to get this manifestation baby on the go. And here we have the silent card. The silent card is essentially telling you some more time for yourself, just to relax, not to, you know, do anything super, super crazy. It's just a moment just to zen out, right? Like, take some time to clear your mind, to get away from the illusion, to stay in flow, to embrace all of your luck and your abundance, and just be in flow. Throat chakra energy, 9th chakra energy, 6th chakra energy, 2nd chakra energy, 8th chakra energy, solar plexus chakra energy. So if you're in the chakra mirror class, I'd be doing chakra mirror 2 and chakra mirror 3, like straight up. And then we have suppleness with the shaman card, which is basically saying that you have the capacity to adapt to unforeseen events, and you have an amazing tolerance for it, which allows you to create an adaptation that twists fate. So sometimes things happen to you just to see if you'll crumble, or if you'll play out the same pattern that you've always played out. And, you know, a lot of us in this deck are very clever. We have a lot of openness, and we're really aware of ourselves. So here is one of those things that's telling you, hey, continue to use that ability to move forward in whatever direction you want to go. So then I'm being told to read Saturn. Saturn is, again, coming back to that Rahu energy. So then we have the Warrior of Blades. Lots of things are going to be happening. Again, I've told you that you have to be able to catch yourself and know when you need to take a break. That's what the Warrior of Blades is all about. The devil comes up. The devil is all luck. Straight up, you're grounded, you're founded, you know where you're going, you know what you want. You have the cosmos on your side. The devil in my Native American deck is positive, is just saying like changes are happening for the better. 15 again. The devil and the shaman, 15, all right? So the movements that are happening with Mars are in alignment with your Rahu completely. And this is a moment just to like take all your wisdom. The Chief of Pipes is somebody who has taken all of their experience, all of their wisdom, and they come down to this concise answer of understanding what the cosmos is really all about, right? So it's really powerful energy here. Like, it's just a moment to be peaceful. It's a moment to be peaceful with the things that have happened with werewolves or whoever else, letting go of that resentment. If you have any resentment, letting go of anything that you're holding on to, even if it's not resentment. Because Rahu is also tied to the shadow, it's tied to darkness, it's tied to ascension, it's tied to growth, okay? So another throat chakra card, throat chakra, like you really need to spend some time clearing out your shadow, which is then associated to your soul again, right? Very clear energy, like nothing bad here, just more so healing more than anything. The shaman card has to do with sound. So it's telling you that you have inner harmony that manifests itself as felicity in communications, new friendships, intuitions, and forebodings is basically what it's telling you. So you're about to meet new people, you're about to make great friends, like you're going to create lots of harmony. Rahu for you guys in this deck on this reading is telling you that everything's zen. Like, stay zen, just work on yourself. That's all you have to do. Let go of all that extra BS that's there. So then we're going to go to Venus. And then with Venus, we have the jump card. Right now, they're telling you if there's anything that you've been focusing on when it comes to romance, it is not the moment for you to connect to that. Like, that's not going to help you whatsoever. The other thing that it's telling you too is that if you're somebody who has been you know, you're really attached to certain kinds of relationships, even if it's not like a romantic relationship. Sometimes relationships can be blocks and barriers and tests of their own, or karma. So if you lost someone, recognize that that was a barrier that you just jumped past, and you need to keep jumping. The shaman card here with the bones is telling us that you're tapping again into your other self, which is your goals are attained thanks to your inner resources that are yet to be exploited. Inner willpower based on self-knowledge and optimism. So definitely that aligns itself with me. Like, it doesn't matter what kind of readings I'm doing or anything. Like, I've been struggling with the decisions that I've had to make most recently with what's happened in my life with like really close friends, really close family, like things that I didn't think are possible. But it's all happened because I decided to be real with myself. And if you look at this card, let me see. It looks like he's looking at himself. He's looking at himself in the his other self. Oh my God. The mirror. Look, it's all coming back together. Like, heal your heart is basically what this is all about right now. Healing yourself, knowing that new things are coming. If you have been questioning on whether or not you made the right decision, you did make the right decision. You did. You knew what was the truth. You were seeing things for what they were worth. And now just move forward. Know that the cosmos is backing you up and saying you have all the right to be in whatever position that you wanted to be in, because this is what's going to get you. You couldn't get what you wanted if you had everything else in play. And then we're coming back right here to that Neptune energy. You wouldn't have been able to get that if you didn't reflect on yourself and know what you wanted, and you're still struggling on what you ultimately want right now. So let go of the illusion. You're here. Like, there's nothing else to worry about. You're not a bad person no matter what happened. The cosmos understands where you are at. Rahu definitely pushed all that energy for you. So now we're going into Pluto. The medicine card, telling you that you have tons of luck. It's telling you that you're in complete alignment with whatever it is that you've asked for. 10 is another manifester card. Then we have the Through, which is tied to the 12th chakra, universal consciousness. Pluto has to do with evolution of things. So the cosmos literally literally helped you move out of the way. Move through the biggest barrier that you may have not even witnessed just yet, okay? And it's all based off of luck. You're lucky through this transition. There's a lot of people that couldn't even make it here, okay? So pay attention to that. And then we have the Shaman card again, which is basically telling us stones of healing, the secret of healing, profound understanding of one's own well-being, okay? Love. This card and this card are very much so in alignment. So for everyone in this deck, it's very apparent that sometimes you had to make some really hard decisions to be real with yourself, know what it really was that you were going to do to love yourself, doing some hard reflection on that, diving into your soul, and things shifted because of that. Like, it's one of those really difficult moments in a lot of people's lives, but you have to be okay with what's going on. It's ultimately the truest you, the truest version of what you want in your reality, and you shouldn't fight that. So then we have Mercury. Mercury's telling you that Mercury has to do with the mind, it has to do with wisdom, and it's also telling you that you're dealing with a lot of emotions right now, whether, again, emotions dealing with people over there or something else. Like, so a lot of like internal things are being risen and taken to the surface. So it's super, super important right now just to kind of take that relaxation and do that diving. Then we have Four of Bones, which is a long preparation is not necessary. Illumination is sudden. Concentrations of strengths and a safe space, okay? So you don't need to spend a lot of time preparing, healing, doing whatever it is that you feel like you have to do right now. It's all just about, being in the present moment. Everything that you're looking for is going to make itself available in just a short amount of time. So just go with the flow. Over here on the top deck in the asteroid belt, we have the healing card, which is basically 14. It's the gift of the spirits, alignment of energies of the body, heart, and mind, invisible protection, changes, spiritual therapies, yoga, meditation, and so forth. Pretty self-explanatory. I mean, they're all pretty much telling you the same thing over and over and over again. You had to be real with yourself. You need to do some healing within your soul. You need to let go of whatever is in your shadow that's angry about the shifts that have happened. You are totally okay when it comes to your abundance. Like, all of this is your own manifest, and it's just some time for you to legit heal. The last astral belt cards are telling you 13, so 13 and 14. And this one's basically telling you that transformation is happening. 13 has to do with the masters, like you're letting go of one thing and rebirthing another. So this card in the opposite deck that we were reading earlier would be the equivalent of the Phoenix card, right? Like life restored. Same thing is happening, but in a different aspect for you. And then we have another 3, which is manifesting, and that 3 also has to do with the masters, and it's telling you joint effort. So, if you have to work with yourself, like in yin and yang form, to make what you're looking for happen, or maybe you need to work with the other person that perhaps has wronged you or done something of that caliber, like, just be workable, just be flexible, be movement, be the water, right? One of the things that I really had to notice most recently is, like, one of my friends that Rahu moved out of my reality, that I needed moved out of my reality because I manifested essentially without really knowing that that's what I was manifesting. Even though the illusion hurts and it's like, going through all these other shifts in my life, I had this moment where I could even help this person. You know what I mean? Like, I really saw that this person was in like this delusional state and in basically the deepest levels of illusion. And I had an opportunity to like leave them there or highlight the fact that, hey, you're in some sort of maybe perhaps a PTSD loop or something. And I went out of my way to say that, like, not because I had a vested interest in like, pointing the finger at anyone. It was just a straight fact. Like, I saw that's what was going on. And for me to hold on to like, oh, maybe I could have brought this message to this person to help them, for me to hold on to that and say, no, I'm not going to give that message to that person, would have been me not being in the water and being in flow. So then I would hold on to those negative energies. But I chose to actually be like, yo, like, I see this and this and this is happening. Maybe by me bringing it up to your attention, it could help you in the future. And I decided to let go of all these like resentful energies that may have been there. Even though I had let go of them before, it was more something to do with shock. But I know it made my soul feel better. It allowed me to be like, okay, I know I'm in alignment with what I've been looking at in the mirror and what I want. So everyone in this deck is very much so in alignment with just like high spiritual healing. You're totally great. Just focus on this like letting go of the illusion itself. And then the stone that really manifests itself with this whole entire deck is recondite. So recondite's a heart chakra stone. It's all about healing the emotions. It's all about healing like these things that have been happening in our reality that they're just, you know, things that had to happen. Like, you couldn't be here right now even looking at this tarot deck spread if you didn't walk that path, okay? So that's the last thing I want to leave you guys with. This is Ascended Master Antojai giving you a ton of love. Don't forget to subscribe, comment, share, press that notification bell on, you know, like that little bell thing, so you can go ahead and get updates every time I post something new. And let me know how this really resonated. Compare any of these cards, these quantum cards. If there's an episode of these quantum cards on my YouTube, go ahead, make notes of what cards those are, see if you can find them, and then you can turn this whole entire reading into a quantum tarot reading. I definitely know that the shadow's out there, and I think the storm is out there too. So those are really powerful things that you can take advantage of. And also look at the 2020 forecast and compare how your path has progressed. It's kind of fun to look at how a couple weeks ago we called out what was going to be happening and what path you've been walking. By looking at those patterns, you'll also be able to predict what you're about to do next. So sending you all my love. Touch you later.